The Sound of Defeat, a Doctor Who audio from Dr. Redivivus.
They're gaining on me. They're gaining on me. Oh dear. Oh, the Daleks. What they lack in ingenuity, they make up for in sheer determination. Those trails don't seem to be working as well as I'd hoped. How much longer can I evade them? I'm already worn out, and they never get tired, and they never give up. Well, maybe my luck's changed. This could be just the place. I'd like to see them get in here. Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze. What is this place? Some sort of cave network, but decorated in places. Very interesting. Maybe it's some sort of burial chamber. I suppose it's too much to hope that this place has a back door. Or maybe this is it. Maybe this is the day I finally run out of luck. Oh dear. What? A TARDIS? Well, maybe my luck has changed. Finally. Hello? Hello there. Are you looking for me? You'd better hurry. I'm being hunted by Daleks, so any help you can give would be very much appreciated. Oh, Doctor, it's you. Don't call me that. Doesn't anyone in Gallifrey High Command ever get memos? I don't use that name anymore.
Try and get some perspective, could you? There's more to worry about than nomenclature.
Perspective? Huh. Typical high-minded attitude. What are you? An operative of the Celestial Intervention Agency?
Nothing like that, I can assure you. Well, this is worrying. I shouldn't be here. Here with you, that is. If I even knew where here was.
Don't you even know where you are? Good gracious, man. Is this your first mission in the field? You'll be lucky to survive.
I'm sorry to say that I'm a veteran of 1,000 campaigns. I think I've been nudged off course. If it had been a time ram, surely I'd have felt it. This is very odd indeed.
There's so much new stealth warfare technology about these days, it's just possible someone's developed something that wouldn't have left a trace. Have you considered that?
Well, as if we haven't got enough to worry about. So where exactly are we?
Why don't you come out of the shadows and perhaps I'll give you an answer. I don't like speaking into the gloom. Good God, man, what are you wearing?
Now, before you launch into an attack on my wardrobe, may I remind you that in your previous incarnation you wore a velvet frock coat and a cravat.
That was a very different life, for very different times. It's a past that I seldom think about now.
Well, yes, admittedly, in those days it was green velvet. I'm in blue velvet, and the cravat...
Don't get flippant with me. I'm having a very trying day. The last thing I need is a jumped-up Time Lord arguing trivialities with me. So are you going to help me or not?
Well, tell me when and where we are, and I might be able to.
Never a straight answer. Oh, very well. We're on Katali.
Ah, yes, Katali. That's in the Pendaris sector, isn't it? Well, now that's settled, the date is immaterial.
Oh, is it indeed? And why ever should that be?
Because now I know where you are, it's all coming back to me. Well, most of it anyway.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. What I do know is I have a squad of angry Daleks on my trail. Waiting around here is not an option.
I quite agree. Perhaps we should continue our conversation in my TARDIS. Oh, I should warn you, it's going to be a bit of a shock. Oh, what a terrible understatement. You! Hands in the air where I can see them. That goes for both of you, of course.
Well, who on earth is this fellow?
You don't recognize him. This is the Master. I thought I'd put you somewhere safe. Oh, nowhere is safe from me, Doctor.
Doctor? You're the Doctor.
Oh, didn't he tell you? Were you being frightfully responsible, trying to keep the timelines on course? You're such a Boy Scout, Doctor. Yes, it's called damage limitation. I don't expect you to understand something like that. I shouldn't be here, and certainly not with him. Oh, that was me. All down to me. It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. Well, you shouldn't be here either. How on earth did you break the time lock? With difficulty. Yes, but how? Oh, I must keep my secrets, Doctor. You know that. After all, how else do you expect me to keep the upper hand? Let's just say I'm very resourceful.
So you're the Master, are you? Well, I thought you were on our side now. Aren't you working for the High Council?
Oh, that was centuries upon centuries ago. I've got through a lot of bodies since then, and changed my opinion about this particular conflict many, many times. The Time War is now but a distant memory. I'm not invested in it as I once was in my younger days. However, my presence here and now is more than a nostalgia trip. I can assure you of that. Okay, what are you planning? Get out with it. A very large serving of revenge. Revenge? Oh, come now, Doctor. Of course I want revenge. You thwarted my plans in ancient Greece to replace Aristotle in his school, and you handed me over to the Shadow Proclamation. It took me years to find a way to escape my cell, and I resent every day of it. You shouldn't have been able to get out. I'm surprised you even managed it. Yes, multi-phase encryption locks. Well, I'll admit it was a challenge, but being a genius, it was only a matter of time before I succeeded.
Well, you're about to wish you'd stayed in prison, Master. It sounds like the Daleks have picked up my trail.
What wonderful timing of them. Soon, doctors, you'll both be at the mercy of those little pepper-pots of death. Oh, my apologies. Did I say mercy? Of course, I meant there will be no mercy.
Master, think about this. My life may not mean much, but this incarnation is pivotal in the war effort, and you know that. If you remove him, if you jeopardize his work, the whole Time War might unravel.
You're suggesting chaos on an unprecedented scale, are you? How utterly delicious. You're attracting me to my idea all the more, Doctor.
You can't. You know you can't. Your own timeline could be seriously affected.
It could, couldn't it? Well, it might be worth the risk, just to see what happens.
I never took you for an adrenaline junkie.
Just so you know, Doctor, you're not nearly as amusing as you think you are. How wonderful to think. 2 doctors doomed on the same day. I think I want you to walk a little bit closer to the entrance to this labyrinth. We've got to make it a bit easier for the Daleks to detect you, haven't we? Oh, doctors, the sound of your death cries will be music to my ears.
Not if we've got anything to say about it. Doctor, Sonic, setting Lambda 5.
Ah! Stop it, both of you!
Increase frequency.
Ah!
Well, I never. That actually worked. Oscillation of the bones of the inner ear, causing severe disorientation and resulting in collapse. Ingenious. Yes, it was rather, wasn't it? We'll be out cold for a few minutes. Well, that's him sorted out. But there are still Daleks out there, have you forgotten? Certainly not. The Daleks were on the trail of a Time Lord, and a Time Lord they shall have. Come on, we're getting out of here. You're just going to leave him here? Well, he said it himself. He's very resourceful. Come on, we haven't got a moment to lose.
Oh, my head! What? Doctors, come back! Oh, you wretched man! You wretched man! Oh! No!
Interesting choice of decor for your control room, I see. That's very diplomatic of you. Now I just need to drop you off at the refugee centre on Carl Vanwin,
and then I'll be on my way.
Colvanwyn? But that's on the other side of the Pendaris sector. What the blazes do you want to put me down there for?
Because the fog in my mind is lifting a little. When I was you, I always wondered why I never completed my mission on Katali. Well, now I know. My future self saved me from certain death. Once you step outside my TARDIS, the timelines will reassert themselves and you'll forget.
And probably wander round like a madman trying to make sense of things.
Well, for a short time only. Colvanwyn is a safe place. Well, as safe gets these days. Trust me, you'll be fine.
Thank you, I think. The Master said something about the war being a distant memory. So it will end then, eventually.
Yes, it will. But from your perspective, there's still a long way to go yet. I'm sorry, but there's a few more years of dodging Daleks ahead of you.
Well, it's what I do best, I suppose.
Well, here we are, Colvanwyn.
Thank you. Well, I'd say it was a pleasure, but, well, you know how these encounters are. No sense in delaying, I suppose. Goodbye, Doctor. And thank you for your, assistance.
Goodbye. And good luck.
Oh, my head. Like the worst migraine ever. That sounded like a TARDIS. What on earth is going on? Where the blazes am I? This isn't Katali. Oh, for goodness sakes.